Hey, this is Jackson 360, your platform partner, your hustling homie, and I want to show you how first of all, this is the Communications Worth Millions channel, and today we're going to talk to Toastmasters about how you can take table topics and use it to grow your personal brand, how you can grow yourself, and how you can be able to help and have more impact on your audience. Now, table topics, again, this is spontaneous or inspirational speaking. They ask you a question and you go up and you spoke for anywhere from 1 minute to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. A lot of people are afraid of table topics because you never know what they're going to ask you, and you're already probably afraid of speaking in the first place. But many people don't look at table topics as one of the biggest opportunities to truly be able to grow yourself, to grow your brand, and have a lasting impact on your audience. So this video applies to, it don't matter if you're in the table topics contest or if you're just doing the table topics every day at your job. I mean, and not at your job, but at the Toastmasters meeting that you're at, or in any way where you have the opportunity to answer a question to the public and you're speaking spontaneous. So let's go into it, how you can do it. So first of all, I want to tell you this. I've done table topics quite often, and what I have seen, I've been a Toastmaster for 8 years, and I have seen, and I'm also in sales, just so you know. I just want to give you a little bit of my background. So I've seen people who are answering a lot of questions in all sorts of corporate environments or home-based business environments or high-pressure environments where they're selling on the stage, or even if it's like a religious environment and they got the media there, and the religious person is under scrutiny, or it's a media person and a celebrity and they're under scrutiny answering questions to the media. And what I have seen, especially with table topics with Toastmasters, is that a lot of people don't use this opportunity really good. And one of the mistakes that people make is they answer the questions too directly. They answer the questions too direct. I know you probably say, hold on, Jackson, aren't you supposed to answer the questions very directly? No, you don't have to. I want you to understand this. When you answer table topics, as well as if you're in the media and you're answering some spontaneous questions, you never have to answer the way that the person who's asking wants you to answer. Two reasons. One is because the person who's asking, they may not be asking the question properly to really get you to tell them what they really want to know. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes people might want to really know about how you they want to know if you can, like, what are you doing at 12 o'clock noon, if they can take you to lunch. A person wants to know if they can take you to lunch, but they'll ask the question like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Right? So that question is just open, it's very open ended. That's not a real specific question. So a lot of people, they don't ask the right questions to really get the information they really want to know out of you. And two, especially when you're dealing as a celebrity or media, sometimes people will ask you questions that are designed to set you up to fail. They're trying to trap you in a question. So let's say you have a brand, and your brand, let's say you're a celebrity and somebody is accusing your brand of being a criminal, for example. And then so now you're being interviewed by the media and they say, so what is life like after being a criminal, after you were convicted? Why did you do it? Now, you may not have even done it, but they asking the question because they want you to respond as a form of agreement. And so you have to know how to avoid that and then say, well, first of all, I'm not a criminal. I was never convicted. And then not only are you trying to defend yourself, but you also then want to say whatever your true position is as it regards to where you stand on whatever that topic is. So that way people get an idea of who you are in your brand. So what does this mean to you as a Toastmaster? That means when you're doing table topics, use this as the opportunity to not just try to answer the table topics questions direct. Right? Someone says, what's the best trip you ever been on? What's your favorite meal you ever ate? What's your definition of friendship? You do not have to directly say, oh, this was the trip that I went to. And no, in fact, if you're doing that, you're missing the opportunity. What if you want to grow your brand and you want to put a deeper impact on the audience? Before you open your mouth, you need to open your mind and know exactly what is the message that you want the audience to know. What is your brand? What do you stand for? What do you believe in? What would you like to see people do that day? And whatever that thing is, that whatever that thing is, you then figure out how to take that and put it within the answer and connect that to what they're asking you. So for example, let's say my brand is all about helping grow yourself and grow the community, right? I want to grow myself, grow the community, and help people get into business. And so I go to table topics, and someone says, "Hey, so what's your definition of friendship?" And this was a question they asked me recently in the table topics contest. So what I did, the method that I took was, instead of just saying, "Hey, I think friendship is when you get somebody that, someone who you can trust, someone that, you guys remain friends with for a long time. You guys stay loyal to each other." This is what most people are going to say. This is what people are expecting you to say. What you do is you go and you do the opposite first, and you do the reverse. And I'll say, well, most people, when they think of friendship, they think of someone who's trustworthy. They think of people that are loyal, people that they've been friends, like they're together. They maybe break up, then they get back together. But in my experience, that's not always what a true friend really is. And so automatically, when you address what people expect and then you say you disagree with it, automatically you're going to get people's attention, because they're going to say, "What? You're telling me no, I'm wrong?" So now people are automatically paying attention. And then you don't even have to say what you believe a friendship is. So you'll say something like, "Well, maybe I don't know exactly what friendship really is. But what I do feel is that friendship is something that should be cherished and valued. And let me give you an example." And then you go into a story. So you can go against what they said, what the topic belief is, and then just go into a story, a real story about friendship, that people can get to know you better by hearing this story. And then at the end of it, you tie in whatever your brand is. So you may tell a story about, "Hey, I had this one guy, he was my closest friend, and I never forget when, he gave me the clothes off his back. And it was crazy because I couldn't even fit his clothes. And so I felt bad because now he's giving me these clothes. He gave me a purple shirt. I didn't have any purple clothes to wear along with it. So I felt bad. And he called me the next day and said, "Hey, I got some purple shoes and purple pants to go along with it." But what I noticed is he didn't focus on if I can wear it. His heart was making sure that I was taken care of. You see, this is the type of person I learned to cherish. And I'll never forget when he told me a true friend is somebody that's worth cherishing. And so when you say that, you still answered the question, and now you're getting across your brand. You're getting across, "Hey, this is who I am. Let me tell you the type of people that I'm around." And also, by the way, what I've learned from that is that we all should cherish our communities, because there's a communities that's going to help us and help us grow our businesses. So, all right, with that being said, let me recap what I just did. So the whole strategy is, when you're doing the table topics, is, again, you do not have to answer the questions directly, because remember, there are no right or wrong answers when someone's asking you a question. For the most part, there are some situations where you do have to be direct, but I'm telling you, those are only about 20% of the time. 80% of the time, people, you have to answer it however you want to. You do not have to be direct. And I'm going to encourage you, don't always be direct. And if you are direct in these positions, in these situations, just be direct at the beginning, just to let people know that, "Hey, I disagree with what the common belief is, or I agree with what the common belief is, but let me get into some detail with my story, and as well as why I believe and I have this brand that I have." So that way, people will remember you because of your story. Also, you'll have the opportunity to get the message out that you really wanted to get out, instead of just answering the superficial question just for the sake of going on stage. And why is this important? This is important because let's keep in mind what table topics really is. Table topics is not about you giving a right or wrong answer at a Toastmaster meeting. Let's be clear. Table topics is, and everything you do in Toastmasters is really designed to make you more confident and competent outside of Toastmasters. This is why you do not always want to answer these questions directly, because it's helping you grow your confidence by being able to answer how you want to answer, being able to get your brand and your point across, being able to have a deeper impact with people. That's the real objective, not necessarily you just going up there and someone asks, "What's your favorite color?" and you say, "And why?" And you say, "My favorite color is red because, red makes me excited, and that's why." Like that doesn't really help you grow. But when you tell the story about, well, you know what, about how a story about you and the color red and something that you learned or experienced, and then how that connects to what you believe and how that's infected your life, and how other people can then use that and be inspired by that. Now you are growing your brand and taking things to the next level, as well as growing your confidence with Toastmasters. So I hope this helps. Subscribe to the page. Again, I'm Jackson360, your platform partner. Yes, you're hustling, homie. All about action and making things happen. Make sure you click those links below in the description so that you get access to the courses, the books, and everything we have. Oh, yeah, subscribe and follow to the page as well. I'm excited.